cultures. You know, I think those are the key things. And then of course salary at the end.
Yeah.
I have been on both sides of the spectrum, you know, paying employees and being the employee getting paid. And I can say that it's very rare to find companies that pay fairly and competitively. So it would be that, you know, competitive, fair, competitive salary for, you know, running a game design team and perhaps others.
So talk some about actually living in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Talk about
Sure.
that experience for you.
Cool, man. Ho Chi Minh is a massive culture shock. It doesn't matter how many Southeast Asian countries you've been to or how many Asian countries you've been to. You step foot in Saigon, it's different. It's different. It is crazy. Your first experience is going to be overwhelming. Mine was, and I felt like I was very experienced traveling and very overwhelmed, but I quickly adapted. Once you figure out that everything flows more organically and less structured, and you learn to get back in touch with that side of your you know, because everybody has this built in, it's DNA. Once you figure it out, everything makes sense. Everything makes sense. It's just very organic. I'm sure if you looked at Ho Chi Minh from a bird's eye view, it would look something like, you know, something organic, you know, scientifically organic, you know, like looking through a microscope scope and seeing bacteria. I'm confident because like just driving alone, it's like a school of fish, you know. It's like that here, and I love it. I think it's really cool.
So
And the
what?
food, my God, the
Yeah.
food here is amazing.
So what's something like maybe was a stereotype of Vietnam that you thought you knew, but ended up being like untrue or like something like that?
I'm a huge like old school kung fu movie lover, right? And as an American, my expectation was that I thought I was gonna come here and it was gonna be like, you know, sweaty basement with a bunch of uncles down there playing mahjong, chicken running around. One guy's got a pistol revolver on the table. Like I thought it was gonna be like the movies. And when I got here, I was like, God damn it. That's not at all what it's like. It's actually a wonderful place.
So what's been like your favorite part of living here so far? Like I mean, you mentioned the food before, but like something like okay, this I really like this.
Oh, I really like that here you can find anything, legit anything. And I know most people who like if they listen to this, they'll think like, oh, it's like drugs and stuff like that. But no, I mean like anything. You can find things that you would otherwise not be able to find, even in like America or Germany. I love that. I love that there's a source of things, right? Just like he was asking me about the snus, and I was like, yeah, there's a shop down the street. You can find anything, and I also love the people. The Vietnamese remind me of like softer Germans, but Asian, because like you would if you moved into it, like walked into a group of Vietnamese people, at first you'd be like, okay, people are kind of looking at me, but when you say, as soon as you say hello and smile, warmest, welcoming people on
Yeah.
the earth. Yeah, I love that. I really like that. Um, yeah, I would say those are my favorite things. And then also, I've met my longtime girlfriend here, so that's also one of my favorite things about Vietnam.
Do you have like a favorite district?
Favorite district. Ooh, a lot of Vietnamese people are gonna watch this, so I gotta. I'm gonna say D10
Okay.
was my favorite. It's the food center of Vietnam, of Saigon. You're gonna find all of the culture there. So what I mean by that is that there's a very deep food culture in Vietnam, and in D10 you can find all of it. It's one of the few places in the country where that happens, where you can find bún bò from Hue. You
Yeah.
can find bún bò in the style of people who live in Ya Lai, Pleiku. You know, like you can find dishes that vary from place to place in Vietnam, all in D10. That is the most priceless thing you can find. That doesn't happen in a lot of places in the world, actually.
And you say your mother's actually coming to visit you pretty soon,
My
right?
mom's coming in this in a couple weeks. She'll be
And
here.
how long is she gonna be here for?
She'll be here for about 20 days.
So man, like how do you even decide what to take you to? There's so much to do, right? Like how do you even decide like your
Gotta
like
plan it. Gotta
yeah,
plan it. Well, I know what my mom likes, right?
yeah,
Like, so I know she's gonna want to see some touristy stuff,
Mhm.
but I'm trying to, get her on my
See
level.
the real Vietnam.
Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to get her on
Go
my
eat some
level.
street food, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry if something's hopping around your food, mom.
Yeah,
Just
just
eat
eat it.
it.
It's
Just
gonna be
eat
all right.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, put that sauce on there.
You're not gonna die.
Yeah, that's literally what people told me when I got here. It's like, either you're not gonna die, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I can't argue that. Haven't gotten sick once, haven't
Yeah.
gotten food poisoning once. The food here is I respect the local cooks very
Yeah.
much because these guys are creating magic right in the street, and
Yeah.
it's one of the coolest
Like
things
you made
ever.
the best meal ever out of, I don't know, whatever. I don't know what
Tiny
this meat is.
tiny cart, and they're just pop, 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 and then you're like, what the fuck? It's just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think one thing people don't realize, like how safe it is here, right? 'Cause I've been walking around late at night, like places I'm looking around, like if this is America, there's no freaking way I'd be here right now.
Stupid safe. It's
Yeah,
crazy safe here. And I think again, man, like this is like our American perception. We look at videos and images and think like, wow, that's gonna be a crazy dangerous place. That's what I always thought. And then I got here and then I'm like, this is like the safest place I've ever been. Thailand was less safe than
yeah,
Vietnam, like you go to Bangkok at night, like
yeah, kind of,
no, you have your wits about you, you know
yeah,
what I mean? Um, even Singapore, I would say I lived in Singapore for some time. There are some areas you don't go at night, yeah, but here you're good,
yeah.
you're
Like
fine.
I was telling the person on the podcast yesterday, like when I go back to the States, I'm gonna have to make sure I do that mind shift from Vietnam to the States again, right?
Yeah,
I can be, yeah.
you'll feel bored. You'll feel bored.